In the heart of a bustling city, there was a small shelter where hopeful meows echoed against cold metal cages. It was here that Romeo, a tiny kitten with a unique appearance, waited day after day for someone to see past his differences. Romeo had been born with a disability that made him look a bit different from other kittens. His fur was a patchwork of colors, and his eyes, though bright and curious, were set just a tad askew. To the casual observer, he might have seemed imperfect, but to those who took the time to know him, Romeo was a bundle of affection and playfulness. Days turned into weeks, and Romeo watched as his littermates were adopted one by one, their excited purrs fading into the distance as they left the shelter for loving homes. But for Romeo, the cage remained his world, a place where hopeful anticipation mingled with the sting of rejection every time a visitor passed him by without a second glance. "He's too ugly," Romeo heard more times than he cared to count. It hurt, even though he didn't fully understand the words. All he knew was the ache of loneliness that settled in his tiny heart each time he was overlooked. Then, one crisp autumn afternoon, a group of people in bright uniforms entered the shelter. They weren't like the regular visitors. These were members of a conservation organization, their faces serious yet filled with kindness as they surveyed the rows of cages. One woman, her eyes softening as they met Romeo's mismatched gaze, knelt before his cage. "Hello there, little one," she murmured, extending a hand toward him. Romeo, usually cautious, approached tentatively, drawn to the warmth and compassion in her voice. "He's not ugly," the woman said firmly to her companions. "He's just as deserving of love as any other kitten here." And so it was decided that Romeo would leave the shelter that had been both his refuge and his prison. The conservation group adopted him that very day, promising him a new life filled with care and affection. As Romeo settled into his new home, surrounded by people who saw beyond his outward appearance, he flourished. His days were now spent exploring sunlit rooms and cozy corners, chasing after feather toys and curling up for naps in the laps of his new friends. "He's such a sweet and beautiful cat," the staff would say, watching Romeo revel in the attention and love he had so longed for. If you liked the video, put like and subscribe to the channel, where you will find a lot of interesting things.